Me making the rounds around the boxing circle, and I'm starting to see that Errol Spence is the new fighter to hate around here. And it's like people praying on his downfall, and I see it. It's people, saying guys like Ryan Burnett is better pound for pound than Errol Spence. Just saying all idiotic type things. It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic, and I'm going to fire some shots off. Now look here, I have no ties to Errol Spence, no ties to Dallas, Texas, or nothing like that. I wasn't an Errol Spence believer. I critiqued him, I nitpicked at him, and every time I nitpicked or critiqued him, he passed the test. If it was versus this guy, that guy, whatever guy it was, he passed the test. I picked Kell Brook to beat him. I just think Keith Thurman would beat him. But, digging deeper, this is a guy that only started boxing at 15. So you know what that tells me? That he's going to continue to get better. Some guys have been boxing since they were 6, 7 years old. 10 is the ripe age, in my opinion, to start boxing. And he's 5 years behind, maybe even more, behind some of these other these boxers. And how quick he caught on to the sport of boxing, and how he continued to still get better. Now I understand why. He started boxing late, and he's still learning on the job, and he's still getting better. And like he said, his sparring with Jamal Charlo, Robert Brant, he says iron sharp as iron. And a lot of people hate Errol Spence, but will turn around and like another guy that's very comparable or less than him. It's to the point where people are putting hope into Terrence Crawford to upset the Errol Spence bandwagon train. And at the end of the day, if Errol Spence does do what he's supposed to do versus Terrence Crawford, it's just gonna be okay. Let's set the bar higher. That was the guy that started off at 35. That's the guy that came up from 140. Let's see him fight this guy. It's gonna be a new foe that they create. Meanwhile, other fighters that's done a lot worse than him, or done the same as him, or is older than him and hasn't accomplished what he accomplished at the age of 28 or 27, what he has accomplished, they pumped him up. And at the end of the day, he's the target now. Not only they don't like Errol Spence, a lot of people don't like Premier Boxing champions. And, to be honest, Premier Boxing champions have a lot of flaws, but they starting to close them up. And that's true. And I understand. And people say, oh, they can't even make Thurman and Spence happen. I'm right with you. That's crazy. But when you start trying to compare this guy to other fighters, there's no comparison. And when you talking about pound for pound, and people say, how is he pound for pound in this? I mean, for years, you guys told me that Triple G was pound for pound when he fought every plumber and every bum on the planet, every pooper scooper dog walking dude on the planet. It was, oh, yeah. You know what? He's feared. That's the reason he can't get fights. He feared. People don't want to fight him. Same thing with Errol Spence. So why would you change your criteria now? My criteria stays the same. As to who you beat. He already beat. He beat a world champion. He went to the world champion's country and beat him. He beat Chris Algieri, who challenged a pound-for-pound legend in Manny Pacquiao, who stopped him when Pacquiao couldn't stop him in a full 12-round fight. He knocked out a Leonard Bundini Bundu when Keith Thurman couldn't do that as well. So at the end of the day, I mean, he's past different levels. And people say, well, pound for pound is moving up. Not necessarily pound for pound is not moving up. It's not. It's the accumulation of ranking each weight class and who's the best, no matter what the weight class, may be. And people don't like Crawford. Errol Spence is because of PBC mostly. But at the end of the day, you ain't gonna stop this train. I was a naysayer, turned believer into Errol Spence. Excuse me. I like Terrence Crawford as well. But you look at the talent, and with the pound for pound list, it's talent, it's resume, talent, eye test, and then the rest falls after that. You see other networks won't give him his credit, and at the end of the day, you gotta make examples whoever you want to make examples out of. And once he get to beating on Keith Thurman, and once he beats on Terrence Crawford, presumably I don't know who I'm picking that fight till I see Terrence Crawford fight, but let's say he cleans out the division, it's gonna be, oh, he's a weight bully. Oh, is this, is that. It's the Mayweather thing. But people keep moving the barometer no matter what he does. And you can tell that he's on his way to greatness because people just hating at him out of nowhere. The same thing that Golovkin did, was doing and fighting every plumber and bum on the planet, and other fighters was doing, was getting praised for it. But what he's doing now is the issue. It's hypocrisy, double standards, all the same thing. We gone.